Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And here's the thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome fellas, welcome everybody and welcome to All In, All United. Alright, fellas, I think the best part of today was that we were able to put a dent in Liverpool's title run. Right? I mean, just the other day, them was there talking about quadruple and all kind of thing. And then the FA Cup game came and we ended that dream. And now we might have actual say in their title hopes. Alright? And the sad thing about it, fellas, is that is where we at now. From challenging for titles to helping Arsenal and City win. I mean, if we fear, with everything that's going on around Manchester United, and looking back at the last pod after the Chelsea game, I don't think anybody here would refuse a draw before kickoff, But then again, when the game play, we keep dropping crucial points foolishly, right? And it really beginning to leave a bitter taste now, fellas, because truth be told, the performances may not be the best, but we could be, going home with 9 points on the bounce today, right? Why we can't hold leads, right? Why can't we hold leads versus Brentford to concede with 1 minute to go, to concede 2 goals with 3 minutes to go versus Chelsea, who couldn't even beat Sheffield United today, and again today, leading versus Liverpool, we gave up the full 3 points. All of this happening game after game after game. Right? And we find ourselves in the situation where we wonder whether we could make Europe, whether there's a fair target, and then we hoping on the coefficient working in favor with this new format. Anyway, what we saying, fellas? What we saying? Lion, good to have you on the inside, man. What we saying, fellas?
Brothers. Well, let me start there.
Go
I
through.
might think of as things a little different, right? There's something there, but we're not there yet, right? Because we could take a lead in a game, but we just cannot hold it on. So it have something there where we could fight, but we need a little more. So we have something we could build on. Right, everybody being negative against the team, but it has something going on there that we could still add on. That's just my take about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fair man. Go through.
It's just to bring up what Lion said. I mean, yes, there are people that are negative towards the team, but it's you're hard fought to find any positives. Bar Kobe Minu, maybe Dallo being one of our improved players of the season. But you're hard fought to find any positives with this current Man United team of the 2023-2024 season, right? I mean, the way how fans respond to teams is a reflection. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The way how a team performs is a reflection of how the fans also respond as well too, right? So if a team is playing well, the fans will respond well. But if a team is playing shit and it's negative style of football, then there will be a divide. There will be fans that will be saying this player needs to be on the bench. This player needs to be sold. And then there are fans that are saying, get behind the team. We've been spoiled too much, yada yada yada, right? By the end of the day, I think we all want what's best for Manchester United, right? Um, and lo and behold, all of us can rally around this guy Kobe Manu. What an absolute baller. The guy is totally unfazed by whoever he's playing. Liverpool came today and Kobe Manu stepped up once again. 18 years of age. 18 looking like he's playing like 25, 26. But we'll get on later. We'll discuss more about today's game. Bearing in mind, Jurgen Klopp has not taken a single point off of Ten Hag this season in his last season. So
Yeah. And imagine we having a real mess season on club, can't even take nothing off we.
Liverpool's best game, Liverpool's best team cannot take any points or take any wins off of the worst Man United team. I don't want to say ever, but I mean
In a long while. In a
in a
long while.
long while, yeah.
We didn't even have a full strength team anyway, so it's like
Correct.
Also shout out to Kwambala. He put in a decent shift today as well too.
Boss.
yeah, that real good game.
Forgot about Kwambala today.
Yeah. Chef Simeon?
Good night, everybody. Good night. So yeah, I hear. Reem mean he had to pull me out on a Sunday night. To be quite honest, Jed, I'm not even too disappointed in the performance today. I guess because we've seen so much shit this season. But I'll tell you something. All we just ask for is a little fight,
Yeah.
Even if you're lacking in technical ability, in general, skill and stuff. But all we just ask is that you understand you played for Manchester United. So give me your all now.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds to show some pride in what that jersey means to you. I watched Willie today lose that ball and run down the man and hit him a bat and get up and revving up the crowd. Why the youngest? Why it seems like all the enthusiasm comes from the youngest set of players on the team, the academy players, the Manchester men. So I'm to all of that, and this is something we've been saying for the longest while. Then if we had to lose, let me lose giving the youths and them a chance. Because them seasoned veterans are the real shit. And I consider Marcus Rashford a veteran too. And he lumping that. Then I swear like the only Manchester player who had no interest in today's game was him. Jed Marcus, like he can't blow past a snail now. And what making it worse is the fact that Anthony, who we could kill for this season, but I don't know what Viagra Anthony take, but when Anthony come on, Anthony's saying things. Anyhow, you'll get to all that.
Yeah, I think Anthony really the bench and the realization that he's no longer automatic starter, it says something to him, So we seeing something. I don't know if is what is everything that we need from that position, but we've seen more than we was getting before.
Yeah.
Just on something that him.
I just think he had a little mental problem. Yeah, I remember he was going through a lot too. You can't discredit that.
Well, like when you want to beat everything in Brazil, that must happen. That must happen. Has some them fellas and them. The Brazilians too thirsty, boy. Oh, God. That country full of thirsty men.
But it's just something that you had mentioned, Chef, that Christopher sent me. That I want to put it out there now, and probably after Simeon contribute and I go through the comments, we could come back to it. Right? But this he sent me a tweet. And the tweet said, I've noticed Ten Hag works best with younger players. Meno, Garnacho, Kambwala, for instance. Want to know why? They actually listen to him and want to learn to follow his instructions. Too many arrogant older heads in this side, you
Yeah.
know. So probably the youths might really be the way for Ten Hag. Yes. Anyway, go through Simeon.
No, I mean, after what we've seen the last few times, I mean, this, I'm not too, mad about this result. I mean, this for me, there's only so much we can do as far as this season is concerned, and I think whatever good we get, I'll take, given what I've seen. But I'll say this, like, the reason why we can't hold a lead or, do anything productive is because our team has too many holes. We have too many flaws in our team. Flaws that have been there since the beginning of preseason to now have not been fixed. Set pieces. I mean, like all these set pieces, cutbacks, vulnerabilities. I mean, that's why we can't hold. I mean, these are well documented things on this, on this show. We do, we always talk about, but we haven't fixed any, So anything like what we got today was like, I mean, I think that there was a good performance. Even Basaka, like when Basaka fouled the man, I even get vexed. I mean, we know Basaka is a skate man. He see a ball and feel he good. So like, nothing this team does really. People be surprised and stuff. Like nothing we do is surprise. Really surprises me. Like we get lucky. A team make a mistake, he score a goal. We get, we have some players like Minu, make a good turn and finish. These moments that we have. Like everything today was kind of like expected. What wasn't expected was Kambala. Like for him to play the way he did, that's a big plus today. That's what really, we've been calling for him to play, for the last few games because we know everybody else injured. So, and he wonder, given his performance, why he hasn't played more before. I don't know if I didn't trust him or what, but like, if we played Kambala more in the last few games, we probably would have had Varane right now. We probably would have Evans right now. Might even had Martinez right now. Like, play the young fella now. Let the old fella's legs get, I mean, ain't even old, but just injury prone. Like, if the youth is the way, give him a chance, and the folks surely could play. So, I mean, today was a decent day. I mean, we didn't get beat. We didn't get no 6-7-0. I mean, season, can't really get to this team don't have that kind of room for improvement between now and the end of the season. So I'm taking this as a good day.
Shout out to Harry Maguire too, man.
True.
Harry
Maguire been yeah, boy, Maguire been he just do but he just do some things in games that just make you hate him, boy. But the man,
Listen,
But you had to.
you see
had
that, Chef. You see that dribble that dribble he picked today. That's
Dog,
slow.
Dog, it's
Dribble he
slow.
picked today.
It's slow. Dog, here's what
Look,
kills me about Harry now. Is his face, boy. That man had
yeah,
the
but you
most
have a dotish look, you have a real dotish.
resting face ever, dog.
This man
That is his face was scratching me up, boy. The man doesn't look like he ready to have a diarrhea any minute all the time, dog.
You know
But-
when they're going through cones in football training and they put so
Yeah.
the man running out the box so kicking the ball and they're like
slow,
where
boy.
he going?
But
Yeah,
I
boy.
had to say, and let me tell you something. One thing I like is when my shit team could prove me wrong at times.
Yeah.
And Harry Maguire, who we wanted nowhere near the team, Dan, we never get no kind of lack of professionalism from the man. The man never down the club. He never down tools. The man just sit down and buy time. And dog, at the end of the day, You can't diss a man for that.
Nah, you can't fight him. You can't fight him.
You
You
can't
know?
fight a man for that. And the man, we know he's slow and he think. But then McGuire put in a proper shift today,
Yeah.
You see, my thing, and I think we would have mentioned before, the issue with plenty of these players is how they came to the club.
Yeah.
I thought if we'd get Maguire for a little 30 million here,
It
and
would
he
have
come
been a bad.
in,
I feel that would be a fans would not be on the case.
and
So.
he didn't get the captain's armband.
You see,
We would have
that's-
sit down and we'd have say, well, all right, he's a squad player, but you brought him in for how much million we pay 80 for him?
But
80
maybe
million.
100.
You understand? You bring him in, you had him the captain's armband. He touted to be, England this, England that, Manchester United this, the protection, the PR, and the player not up to that level. He word that kind of, So I think that's why the fans kind of disapproach him that way, right?
And then he had craziness in him.
Yeah, but you understand?
He had
So
craziness in him.
I still don't think Maguire is what we need, but for the time being, I can't fight the man.
And add on to that, generally Maguire does stay fit,
Yeah, generally, yeah, he's a fit player. Yeah.
Generally, the man does stay fit.
The funny thing is, Maguire is not what we need, but he is what the club is about in terms of fighting to get your place.
Yes, I agree with that.
Right? But he's not the quality we need.
Correct.
Yeah, he's not. But again, I don't mind. He could be a squad player.
Yeah, he could.
The thing about it is, I don't think he could be a squad player. You understand? But
you think he good enough to go to our next team and start?
I understand.
Yeah, like
West Ham.
Yeah,
Yeah, correct. West Ham. Yeah. Let me just get some comments, guys. All right. Satellite Lee on the inside. Good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. Arun on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. All right. Eric on the inside as well. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying, looking forward to the review. Missed the game because I had church, but at least my prayers were answered. We didn't lose.
Thanks to them prayers, boy. Them prayers.
Yeah.
Whoever saying God don't work, the man.
Dion on the inside. Dion, good night. Thanks for joining. She's saying the youth is my silver lining. Garnacho has made leaps and bounds. Kobe and today Kambwala was really impressive. You don't know for sure.
The youth is the best thing on the team.
Yeah. I heard Kambwala had a good game. Big up Simeon. Who was calling for him to play. Yeah, Simeon was calling for Kambwala a while. Christopher on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. He's saying Klopp could take his does he yellow teeth and bust.
Nah, Klopp have good teeth now, yes. I know was less than half an hour ago I watching an interview and I say, hey, Colgate works, boy.
Now he changed out the whole ground.
Yeah, that when you have money, that dental work. Right? Yeah, right. And what the thing about it, what I just enjoy is, to see Klopp frustrated on the sideline now, boy. Fill my heart with joy now, boy, to see him frustrated.
I too.
See reaction.
Yeah, boy.
Mad.
Yeah. No, he was. You see the main goal, he was mad. He was mad, and you see him doing so because he basically telling defenders, "Oh, they're supposed to push up on the man, or they let the man turn and all." Yeah, but Kobe do that so quick, eh?
Big man, I'm not gonna lie. That Kobe Manu, I have watched that Kobe Manu goal today about 10 times.
Right.
It looked edited.
You see how quick he do it, right?
It looked so edited. I swear the ball was going wide.
And he didn't watch the goal, huh?
You realize he started to celebrate before the goal even hit the back.
Yeah, it's like he didn't know that was gonna score. Yeah.
He knew the angle that it scored from, I almost think it was going so wide. All of a sudden it scored. It looked edited, honestly.
I thought it was done wide too.
And also another thing on Jurgen Klopp. A lot of people used to criticize Jose Mourinho for being a sore loser. Jurgen Klopp is a sore loser.
Yeah, boy.
Jurgen Klopp's post-match comments were about Arsenal.
Yeah.
If Manchester United plays like that versus Arsenal, they are going to lose.
Today he was like
not today, chef. He always so by not today.
No.
Always so.
No, what I'm saying is today his post match was a lot better. He real sickening when he win, Today I had to say I've seen worse from him.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Today's
I
hurt
mean,
him more than anything else.
no, because you see, he really wanted to get that title to bow out with now, you know, and now I say I'm glad if it was one
Listen,
positive I could take today, if that's we part dent in that now, you
he
know.
going out to the
Can't,
Carabao Cup alone, man.
yeah, that is it, that is it, you know.
Yeah,
And I hope in the Europa League, who that play?
Atalanta.
I hope Atalanta do
Atalanta.
something too now, boy, you know.
Atalanta ain't gonna do shit. Atalanta will get one crocus bag.
Yeah.
Kristen on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's
Right.
saying,
It's
coach,
done right there.
My marriage a whole
boy.
yeah, boy. That block whole check.
Let me wipe my
Um,
glasses to read this, eh?
he's saying Coach Clueless by Garnacho was our best attacking outlet, yet he was subbed off. When we were on top, we gained control of the game. Liverpool was rocked and they had no plan. They were rushing it and tried to score, and we were catching them on the counter. And it's one take of Garnacho. He did the same thing against Chelsea and we squandered the lead. Garnacho work rate is underrated. Right? That wasn't a pendo. One Bissaka
It
made no
was.
contact. Varel corrupt because he didn't. Uh, he didn't,
So,
right?
so there's a video. There's a video. There's quite a few videos circulating that
Of the
of the penalty of the Wan-Bissaka
Yeah.
tackle, and it looks like Wan-Bissaka doesn't get any contact. No, people are
No, he
telling
didn't.
me to watch Wan.
He didn't touch him.
Right, so people are telling me to watch Wan-Bissaka's back leg. So I'm watching
trailing leg.
Wan-Bissaka's back leg.
That's
Wan-Bissaka's
not-
back leg is on the ground already, and then Elliot's leg hits his leg. It's not
Yeah.
like Wan-Bissaka's leg.
yeah.
It's the
Nah.
other way around.
Elliot was going down before he even touched Wan-Bissaka's leg.
Not
So
only
I
that,
was-
Lion.
I-
Not only that, Lion. He didn't pass off the ball already, so the ball was no
Yeah.
longer in his reach now.
Right.
So I still
I
don't
was-
understand.
No, I would say, just to, I ain't lying, but Kristen does rush the brush, boy. We ain't even reach all of them thing, but like he hadn't built in. So we get here, my brother. I would say this. Lion asked me and all about the penalty decision. And first thing I go say, I don't know what the F again is a penalty in the league. Like anything is penalty now. That's one. But here the thing, the timing of that tackle, dog. Oh God, I understand. Don't get me wrong, and I am not going to kill off Wan-Bissaka because his greatest attribute is his skin tackling. I get that, but brother, oh my God, you could have just
Foolish.
shuffled the man into the corner, boy.
Foolish. I agree with that.
Don't give VAR and the
Nothing
refs
there. Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And so watching it now, yeah, we would think no naked eye. You can understand why a referee would give it that as a penalty. That's why we have VAR. VAR watch it from all, and as Phil rightly said, it has so much different angles of this penalty, but VAR give it. I can't even find them because one went down. And they were so close together. It's hard for them to not say you touch him.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. Everyone that we hear us play football, most of we like. We need to stop with we shit with certain bias. Any one of we as an attacker looking for that touch and going down. So stop that. Don't even try to say you're gonna not. You're done. If I'm on blow on you, you're going down.
Yeah, but
We
what we
know
say,
that.
right, Chef?
Yeah, well,
Chef, what we saying?
we ain't come from that culture too, Chef. Come
Well,
on.
not only
We
that,
come from
right? I could do that, but VAR will say, well, nah, Reem, we ain't getting
I
that.
no penalty, but
But just to add to what Lion saying with regards to culture, you can imagine if the likes of a Roy Keane or Daniel De Rossi were playing in this type of football right now,
Yeah.
and you dive in front of them
No, them fellas
You know this.
them fellas taking that red card.
within
Look.
5 or 10 minutes of that dive. Either
Yeah.
your manager subs you off,
Phil,
or you going straight to the hospital.
Phil,
Yeah.
let me go to
Going
this
to the
one.
hospital.
Let me go to this one. Kamboala. when he come and he stamped to get the ball.
I saw that. Yeah.
Back in the day, that wasn't no card.
No.
That should even be a card no,
He wasn't.
because
He
that
didn't
was such
even,
a clean
he didn't
tackle.
even touch
So you tell
hands.
so you tell me as a centre back,
apparently-
I'm not allowed. Dog, you call that blade in your that is a point where you call blade.
When I see him,
apparently, no,
when I
when,
see him
apparently when
Diaz,
you go sliding for the ball and your studs are up, it is already some sort of card. Whether it's a yellow or a red, or you get the ball clean, it will always be a card according
Yeah.
to those rules.
when I see him
And
Diaz,
these-
the blade and all, I say, hey, but
And these players are them is such a bunch of bitches now that them the fellas just roll around and make things look like if they get shoot, and then 2 seconds after the up jogging.
Yeah.
I find that thing you
Bruno
should get.
Fernandez. Bruno
Yeah,
Oh God,
Fernandez.
who's cheap in that?
Let me get some comments, guys. Let me get you the comments, fellas. Ray Collymore Jr. on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying Bruno was a bit disappointing this game. Yeah.
This game? This game? This game?
That's a disappointment. That's Casemiro.
Right.
Yeah, Casemiro.
Casemiro is a bag of shit mixed with manure, mixed with no, I could never have been that. And ironically, the Casemiro jersey I have on tonight. I could have never been in Casemiro. Could have regressed so bad, boy.
Better spray some perfume on that jersey.
Jesus. No, boy. Plus, Casemiro is real shit and truth, you know.
I kind of want to defend Casemiro, but I want to get through the comments, right? Ray saying here too much injuries, and I say give the manager a next season. We will get to that. Right?
Jumping, boy, we jumping.
Yeah, the comments jumping. Alan on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying I believe Ten Hag has to make men do
lines of punishment.
Lines of punishment. One, when you get in extra time, hold onto possession. 2, don't foul men in the penalty area and let them men write them lines 300 times or like pedants.
Right, man put foul as FOWLS. I mean to say, I meant to kill men for saying in the paint, independence, but oh God.
You're a chef that right on your alley.
We're saying here, facts, Harry played well and it's down to the coach benching him, made him improve. All right. Dixie and Bang on the inside, good night to
hey,
you.
Dixie, good night.
All right. Javid on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Bruno was a true captain today. Casemiro had such a mixed game. And
you know, it's so much, man.
No, but this is the thing,
Bruno was a true captain
no,
today.
but this is the thing about it. You just get so much different views. People see the game so differently, and this is where it's interesting, right? Because my thoughts on Casemiro is exactly what he's saying. I thought Casemiro had a mixed game, right? I still don't know what the true captain today with Bruno, but you know, we just saw where Ray was saying he had a poor game, but look, you know, Javid seeing
it just fine.
You know, so it's amazing. It's amazing how people see the game, eh? Akil on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying United will West from column there. Hey.
Where Chelsea partner tonight? Team tuning in tonight. That's shit team.
And Sheffield take points from them. We're saying here we were hold to ransom because we need players. Alright. He also saying Garnacho cost us the first goal. He did not track back enough in the first half. He did much better in the second half.
I think that's one thing Garnacho definitely has to work on. He doesn't track good. He doesn't track back good at all.
Yeah. And we're talking about Klopp here. He's very petty. All right.
Yeah.
Samuel Gordon on the inside. He's saying, "Oh, Lion from the group. Sammy from the group."
Brother.
Yeah.
Next
Thanks for joining, man.
Pick them up though.
Yes. Rishi on the inside, thanks for joining. He's saying, and the Oscar goes to all them modern footballers. Yeah, but for real.
Yeah.
For real. Mylon on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. Rishi saying here, Kobe has to do everything. Defend, run mid, and score goals too. Yeah, boy.
So,
They will
so,
kill the
so,
youth.
Yeah.
Man.
They want to kill the.
But we can't kill them out too.
They want to kill the.
Yeah,
They
they'll
want to
kill you.
kill my youth.
Hey, Kareem, you want to talk
But
about
here's
Casemiro?
yeah. No, I agree with Javid. I thought Casemiro had a mixed game because it had certain times Casemiro tackling was on point. He shut down plenty runs from Liverpool players. Right?
You
My
find so?
issue is yeah. I now remember when I watched the game because I didn't see the game live. Right? And I know
I want
for
to
sure it
know.
have no, but here what I'm saying, right? What I notice is when I watch a game live, it's a plenty thing I just miss. Right?
Right.
But because I watched the game after, knowing the score, I was able to settle myself and look at things, And I saw that Casemiro, plenty times, Casemiro was able to come in with tackles to clean a lot of things. Right? Now, my issue with Casemiro is Casemiro just rush things.
correct.
A lot of Casemiro passes were intercepted because he was rushing the pass.
Yeah.
Right? And that is and that just take away from the whole control aspect that Ten Hag trying to establish with the team. At least that's what I think, because I was here Ten Hag talking about control, keeping the ball, and Casemiro, along with Bruno, are two of the culprits of giving away the ball and turnovers, because they're always looking for that overhead pass. When you want them to hold onto the
both
ball
of them.
and
Both
make
of
a
them
proper
keep
pass,
guilty of that.
yeah, and to create spaces. But for me, Casemiro does do that because you see the kind of mobility will be required from him to move and pass. He do a heart now, boy. Right? So that is why he will always opt for the long ball and try to kill out men like Garnacho and Rashford. Right? But I found, in terms of his positioning and plenty interceptions today, especially in that second half, I thought Casemiro he do plenty for me, right? I don't know if all noticed the little shitholes we were crying for last game. We get from Casemiro, we get from Onana. Who again we get it from? We get it from Bruno. So I don't know if them fellas be watching the podcast. You understand? Because I saw Onana get a yellow card for taking long. Right? And these are the kind of things we're asking for. But then again, you have men like Wan-Bissaka, and we talked about it before, coming and making criminal tackles. Now, as much as I agree with Chef, right? It didn't look like it wasn't enough contact for a penalty under the old order. Men getting penalty for them thing nowadays. So you have to use your head. You have to use your head.
Yep.
You can't throw your frame there. Men waiting for that contact by. Even if and we don't know VAR and the referees against Man United. So that was gonna get give. So you have to know. Same thing with Dalot against Chelsea. All the men have to think by.
Yeah, agree.
I mean, but Saka knew right away. That was a penalty. He even tried to argue it.
But even Wambus, there's some players in this team that are just so their facial expression is so emotionless.
Yeah, boy.
And Wan-Bissaka is one of them.
Listen, I could have clouty today. I see kick out that ball, and I think Maguire was quarreling with one of the players on Liverpool side, and Bissaka is all there true.
Yeah, Luis Diaz, yeah.
So they are cloudy. Were you is all there true for?
Leave Bissaka alone, man. The man playing on the left is a lead favorite side.
And he was having a good game.
Leave man alone. The man is Bissaka. What more do you want?
Too friendly. You have to play for the badge. Tell them boy and them go from here. Don't tell them nothing about.
But it's your
Go for your throne now. Like
we want some Roy. Keep telling them, I'll show you and go and take all your throw.
These players these days so friendly, boy.
Yeah, boy.
But and this is what I like about Casemiro and the way he just play. You understand?
Casemiro
not on that friend thing. Right? No. But anyway, I'm interested to hear, Simeon, your thoughts on Casemiro as you asked me about it. So go through.
Yeah, because all the things he said are not wrong. Like Casemiro did a good job, like shielding the back four. Like he was when he's there, he gets a very good position. But what happens is a lot of times when we attack and the attacks are going back and forth, he'll find his way up the field. And when he's up the field, he can't get back. The man like.
And that's a
I mean,
problem.
You
I
have
mean, the man
the
likes to score already, but it looks worse now. It looks like he can't. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody saw when Salah ran through him
of
and
course.
Menu.
Yeah,
Because Salah knew Casemiro can't catch him, and I
then
already said Menu is not that guy. We know he's not that guy. So we had nobody in the midfield to really be an enforcer. Kambala did it well, but Kambala, I mean, he's back there. So the issue with Casemiro is he can't get, if he's not there, he can't really, get back. And sometimes when he's back there and he wants to make a tackle, he can't reach, he's not fast enough. So he slides and he does all kind of dumb stuff because he's not fast enough to get there fast enough. So yeah, I mean, Casemiro, he still has a brain. Man can still read the play, but he's just not fast enough. And the fact that we don't have anybody else. I thought Aaron Butt looked decent when he came on.
I'm
But,
about to decent.
but that's a big issue. If you have nobody, I mean, we all know what McTominay useless in defense, so he's not even in the conversation. But like the fact that we have nobody in the middle of the field to enforce or to really tackle is a big issue going forward. Well,
Simeon,
we have no
Simeon,
midfield.
repeat that part about McTominay. Again, Lion to understand why I say that. Repeat that part about McTominay in the midfield.
So
I
then
mean,
I
he
know
man
the
do
man
that.
useless.
He man useless.
The only thing what saved McTominay in this team is because he come and score a goal in
Dan, so Mark, you cannot understand why today when this ass want to tell me about McTominay does play in midfield and shield the defense. I done the talk one time because
Yeah,
I'm not going through no to talk with all you. Dan McTominay serves no effing purpose in the midfield. None.
Yeah,
it's nice.
that
It
sort
makes
of
sense.
comment
It
would
makes
make
sense.
me. That sort of comment would make me shut down my laptop and go and fly a kite or something like that, man.
But I'm telling you, dog, this man want to tell me that.
Just so Phil.
Nah, cause big man, my Tomlin is my Tomlin is a highway cone, big man. Man's a highway cone. Like done.
Dan, is it Simeon or Reem who said McTominay vibes is he's going to score. He earns brownie points. He will play a bag of shit and then boom, come and score a goal. And he could be a starter for about 10 games in a row. And he ain't gonna get nothing for 10 games.
Yeah, boy. Very
So tell me
frustrating.
that so then we playing short, we playing with 10 and a keeper. Well, 9 and a keeper.
I have this question here, right? So Phil, you know what? Let me ask Phil because I feel it might have a little bit of a bias in here, so I'm gonna ask Lion, right? And then the rest are like a jump in here, right? Now there's the first now the game start off real hot, and as we've seen, lately we the start off real nice, energetic.
You should have put
but
away that
we
game.
do, yeah, but we do hold off now, boy, right?
Yeah.
So we were the first team to put the ball in the back of the net. All right, that was the Garnacho offside goal. So Lion, you think Bruno take too long to pass, or you think Garnacho should have hold here on?
That's a tough one because you had to watch how Bruno run. He might not be able to pass that ball off the way he passed it off
the run.
And then Garnacho rolling at a pace too, and you had to watch the Liverpool defenders. They were anticipating that offside, right? It's only when Garnacho get the ball, them start to run. So I don't know if they were looking at the offside trap. So I know really it's a tough one to blame anybody in that case. Because Bruno might have been able to put the ball, but then you had to watch how he run into. He might not be able to pass the ball in the part of Garnacho at that time. So I'm not really blaming anybody for that.
All right. What are you saying, Phil? You have any thoughts differently on that one? Try not to blame Bruno.
No. But I at the end of the day, what separates a good number 10 from a great number 10 is to read two things. Read how high the opposition how the opposition's defense is going to be in line with your player running past them as well too, right? Um it's a bit tricky. Come back to me. Don't ask me that. Come back to me.
You go on YouTube it quicker and check
No,
it
no,
out.
no.
All right, my
Watch
hand right
man. No,
here,
no,
buddy.
no, no, no. Here what going on, right? We cannot tell Phil he can't blame Bruno, no. So he had to think harder.
Hey, man. Let's
No,
take
no,
a real more
it's
shot
nothing.
today,
It's
man.
nothing. It's nothing about Bruno. Big man, big
I
man.
can't.
My phone went off so much today when Bruno scored that long range goal. Boy, I said, well, boy. When I finally remember me, I could
Yeah.
be in my apartment starving.
But that was a gift that keep on giving. But Bruno put away the ball good. That was a well put away goal.
That one time shot, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that
I
Real
think there's
man.
a goal. Yeah, only Bruno
Yeah,
would have do that.
but
You know?
that it had a few commentators actually said that only Bruno Fernandes is capable of doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, and for that being said, like if you, I mean, I would like my forward to
That's like
do something that he could probably forward run a little bit and still, and still get ahead, still make you play. But at the same time, if you're used to play with Bruno, who first instinct is a long pass, one time long pass, you go run it. I mean, that's what they do. But that's Bruno's, MO. Like, get the ball, bam, you go. But so I can't really blame Garnacho because that's what Bruno does. The one time ball, and it was definitely on.
It
But at
was.
the same time, that you would think, and I think we have an issue as far as not knowing how to hold it, like how to hold the line, like how to break a offside trap. Like I felt like Canacho definitely had more time to hold his run before he made it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't really blame Garnacho, but at the same time, I can't really go in on Bruno. I can because I mean, never mind, forget that. The pass was on, play ball.
That
Yeah.
football
Pass
was
was on,
playing
play ball.
fast, too. That moment was
Yeah, it
real
was on.
fast,
So
too. So
Basically,
anything
and those are the kind of cutting
Margins.
edge now, boy. Yeah, that's the word,
Margins.
margins that is really show you elite mentality,
That's
elite
right.
ability, elite
Yep.
thinking players on both ends. Because I don't want to single out one player.
Big
On
man,
Yeah.
one end, and
wait.
then
I know City highlight. That's Bruno fault, big man. What are you talking about? That's Bruno
look,
fault.
sugar, don't do that film, man.
That's
Don't
Bruno
do that.
fault, boy. I made that mistake with playing FIFA. That's
So,
Bruno fault, boy.
so next game, you play the number 10.
Alright, no problem.
We see who the faster ball.
um, no,
I,
but
I, I
but
honestly, my opinion of that is I could blame both. I could give the 50-50 to two of them. That, yeah, it is easy for me to say Bruno could have released that ball a little earlier. But as Reem rightfully said, dog, you had to know your players. And by now, men had to know when Bruno get that is a one-time ball coming. So you had to be on your feet marching one time. So yeah.
And well. Then in that case, and I think it's Simeon who make the point, chef. Then it's Bruno. You can't blame Garnacho because Garnacho knowing Bruno, that's why he burst off expecting Bruno to play it one
Yeah,
time and
Just
then Bruno take the
one
extra
time.
touch.
Yeah.
but there are many factors too. Come on, you have to look at the defenders too. If the defenders playing the offside trap, you can't
No,
blame
but
nobody.
I've been just watching it based on the angle. Most of us would have been seeing it. Going. I Bruno could have played that ball a little earlier.
Yeah, but when you look at it too, is who Van Dyke?
That's
Dan,
nothing, Lion man. That's nothing, man.
Lion, nah.
Only
If
trying to
Bruno play a proper ball, Van
Bruno.
Dijk is not catching Garnacho.
yeah, I
He's
mean,
not catching
Hell
him.
no.
But they was playing the offside trap. And after he
that's
realized,
why
after
why
he
one time
realized,
ball,
he
one time
started to
ball was
run
beat that.
after because he thinking he didn't beat the trap. Watch it good.
No, if he
He
delay it,
He
go
stopped.
ahead.
And then after he realized Garnacho going, then he started to run. Because he tried to play the offside trap. Yeah.
But okay,
That's Phil. Phil watching it right now. He tried to play the offside trap.
he tried to beat the offside trap. You mean?
So
Trying to beat you off. No, he mean Van Dijk.
Van Dijk tried to play the
Van
offside
Dijk sure trying to play it across.
Right. So when he watch after he see Garnacho going, then he start to run. So it's fine margins.
Bruno.
It's fine margins.
It is fine margins.
The ball was on though. The ball was on. The man look up. The man take another goal. The man take 2 touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you gotta, listen, you gotta remember people just get flat-footed in football. And
Not Bruno.
Not
Natural.
No.
But because he saying,
right?
Bruno get the ball and he may not be able to give that pass the way.
but Lion, 9 times out of 10, he doesn't even have the opportunity to make the pass, but he does still hit it one time. You don't take no 2 touches. He does
The
still
ball
hit it.
coming at you fast stuff.
Nah, the ball didn't
I'm
come to
saying
he had the
no.
ball and he pressed it, he pushed it, Lion. Come on, man. Watch it over.
Man.
It's shocking to see Bruno. What Bruno do there is what we does be asking him to do more times.
Correct.
Take his
Correct.
time and
Correct.
do that.
Correct.
But it's shocking to Garnacho and all that. But wait,
But
This-
it's how many times he get the ball on one time and hit it far though.
Correct.
And it go outside.
that's what we say. That's what we are
Cutting
accustomed.
edge. The cutting edge, the
Right.
margin, that's what we're talking about, the quality, the elite quality now,
Yeah.
you know?
And that's
Um,
Dan. You see them margins is what is higher.
And this is where that's coming when he watch the podcast and he say take your time. And he take his time and fail. So it's all your fault. It's not Bruno
No. Yeah, no. I don't mind. Let Bruno take his time, right? Because he just do the next set of rubbish more, right? So let's take his time.
boy.
But fellas, what was clear for us was even up to that point when Bruno had scored, we were under the cosh. We were getting dominated. I mean, I've been honest with you. I was watching the game.
That come from nowhere, no.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming, right? And we
That
were
come
down
from
1.
no way.
And Liverpool, and let me tell you something, Liverpool were taking the time. I noticed Liverpool were taking
Of
the time and they
course.
was trying to knock around the ball and
Of
do this and do
course.
that. And that Kwanzaa fella, he had a
Like,
lapse.
listen.
He had a lapse.
Nice.
Right? And
When
Bruno
I see the team
capitalized on that. But
When I see
at the
the
point
team-
in time, we were under. I didn't see where we were going to score.
When I see the team sheet and I see that fella face, I say, yeah, man, mistaken. I don't know who
Kwanzaa?
he is.
Yeah, what was funny about that
I don't know who
goal,
he
eh?
was.
The commentator was now talking about how Klopp made a big decision, leaving out who is the next starter that is at him centre back? Normal fella,
Konate.
Conte, leaving him out for this young fella. And as the man finished making that statement, this man gave the gift that keep on giving. Because I think every Manchester United fan was shocked.
Nah, but
Because
I-
they
Yeah,
even got to go
nobody
like,
see that coming.
huh?
Nobody see that coming.
Yeah,
Nobody see
I
that
tell
coming.
everybody, yeah, when I see his face, I say that youth man, I'm mistaken him. I'm mistaken him.
All
Never.
right, Miss Cleo.
Yeah,
Never
I'm a
get some-
great talent, you know. Yeah, I know that.
Let me get some comments real quick here, fellas. Eric saying here, Cassie body in Manchester and his mind in Saudi. Right?
Listen, he body in Saudi.
Alan saying here, my main concern is that Mino doesn't end up like Rashford because this is how Rashford announced himself with his spectacular play, and then this season he literally stopped working.
I ain't putting that out in the atmosphere. I believe the fella. All right, go ahead, read. Look at Jesus.
Darian on the inside, thanks for joining, Darian.
Oh,
He said to
Darian.
me the biggest problem is ball retention. We
It
don't
is.
know how to hold onto the ball. Experienced players like Fernandez and Casemiro don't know how to hold onto the ball. How 18-year-old Menu could be the only one holding the ball. I don't know why men blaming Ten Hag There's only so much he could do. This game and Chelsea was easy games to close out. These players does lapse too much under pressure. This side
Yep.
don't know how to pass the ball for 5 minutes. We need a proper CDM to put Main in the 8 and mount for Bruno.
As
Right?
instructional.
No, after I read that, I understand why it was long earlier. The man makes sense.
As
Right?
Yeah.
instructions.
No, that was a
Um,
demand. Dog, if you had to write all that SCA composition, then you better make sense, you know. The man talk
yeah,
sense here.
Yeah, you had to
yeah.
think about what Ten Hag telling Bruno to do too.
No, but Lion, when you
Nah,
listen
but
sometimes to
Lion
what Ten
talking
Hag's
about basic
saying,
ball retention.
yeah, no, when you listen to
No,
what Ten Hag's
no,
saying, Ten Hag just be
no.
saying, keep the ball in the Lion.
Keep the ball.
But so why Bruno doing that every week and not getting dropped?
I know we get it somewhere now.
Why?
You see that way you say it?
Let
That's
me,
the statement.
let me start the podcast now.
I find we should give Mount a chance instead of Bruno.
Let me start the
But remember,
podcast.
Mount was injured all the time.
No, I mean no, he fit now because if you want to have ball retention, why Bruno keep kicking away the ball? I like Bruno as a player, you know, and I know he have
I
quality.
think we all do.
Bruno has the quality to hold the ball, but why every minute you want to just over?
Because I'm
No,
thinking,
I had,
well, no, worry.
Is he that
I had
Ten Hag
meant,
telling you could find a man, look for the man, or you not listening to the manager? But if you're not listening to the manager, why are you playing every week?
I think it's two things, Lion. The two things could be true. I think Ten Hag really giving them fellas instructions to what to do, but I also think that at some point Bruno just throw that out the window and do his own thing. And I remember hearing Ten Hag saying that, Bruno on the field for many things. He drive, he character, he personality, you understand? And the fact that the fella the man robust, but the man could gear 120 minutes, Bruno could be run up and down. And when you have players around you in your group falling like flies, you need resilient players on the pitch now. Because at this moment you can do better. Right? Now, all you know Bruno is not my cup of tea. And for that same reason, right? Because of how Bruno does rush the game. But given the circumstances and who you have available now, not only that you call the man your captain, once you get a man that armband, it's easy to just replace them just like that. So for me, I hear Ten Hag talk about keeping the ball too much times, right? To know that plenty of what Bruno doing out there, sometimes Bruno just be reverting to time. Because I remember mentioning it in the last podcast. I told them fellas and them, I said earlier, I find today Bruno was really keeping the ball. Bruno was keeping things simple, but then he reverts in the second half, late in the second half.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know it's something about the team that they start off good, but then they don't have that mental capacity to stay following instructions when things on the pitch not going how it's supposed to go. Like for instance, I see Liverpool concede, I see City concede, and them fellas they don't panic. They just stick to the game plan, and then you see them scoring and getting the results that is want. But we, from the time we concede, throwing the game plan out of the door and fellas doing their own thing.
I think because honestly, all of us could agree that Manchester's biggest problem is mental. Yeah, we could say about the lack of good players, tactics, all that kind of thing. But dog, you know what we is? We is Arsenal a few seasons now. Remember how soft Arsenal was that if you rough them up long enough, they're going to wilt, especially in midfield. Yeah. And Arsenal come and get party, and they come and sign other players and solve that. And that needs to be our culture has become very soft. Plenty of us been saying that how Manchester was never the team to concede in the last minute. We just bore you in the last thing. We run into the end. Now it seems like we can't keep a lead to end a game at all. And all that is more than just instructions.
We have we have
Mental.
we have no midfield to
None.
control no game.
None.
And it goes in hand with our offense. Like we have no way. Kareem always talks about style of play, passing patterns. We don't have that. We have an expensive goalkeeper who we buy to kick the ball up, and half the time it don't work. Half the time, like how we just get the ball right back. We have midfielders. Casemiro can't run, so he can't really carry the ball. Menu, most of the time getting marked out. Bruno, we know what Bruno does when he gets the ball. We we had 0 shots on goal in the first half.
Hmm.
Think about that. 0
At
shots.
home.
Shame,
At home.
shame,
So
At
shame.
home.
I keep going back to preseason. Like our issue in preseason, like we had a full team, more or less, and then for us we had possession, but it couldn't break down nobody. Now they regret. I mean, we struggle to get possession, and we still can't break nobody down unless we have a counter attack. Like our issue. I mean, our defense was one of that's decimated right now. Look good. I mean, they look decent today. I mean, and for the most part, Maguire, Kambala, you know, Dallo, and
One.
Juan. I mean, that's our most decimated part of our team. We have all our midfielders right now,
Yep.
but they ain't good enough. Whose fault is that?
They're not.
Like
They're not.
who look at the season and say, boy, we got have these fellas. Ericsson, who was a star for us last year, he can't see the pitch. Aaron Bad, who we want to get like these fellas. Mount number 7 can get more than 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes he play.
Yeah.
And he's
And
supposed to be
I
the
Dan,
feel, I
number
feel
seven.
he played less than that
Dan,
today. Less than an hour, I think.
I want us to be honest now because earlier on in the season, Mount was looking like real shit. He get injured. But then since Mount come back, you see the quality in Mount
And
when
then
he does come on. So I keep on saying that men can't tell me that in a proper midfield, Mount is not going to look good. Mount is a midfielder. But though what we asked, and as you rightfully say, we had to come to a decision in terms of our squad rotations and in terms of who we want to play. Because it can't be Bruno playing every game. And again, Bruno is a player. Don't if it's a Manchester player, you had to like Bruno at times. But Bruno does do real shit, dog. But yet still, he's sure to start next game. Nah, that can't be
He's,
good enough, though. And
he's the only
Mount
player
on
that
a long
knows
term
it.
contract.
Hmm.
So
yeah,
what you
like
gonna do?
like chef. I mean, good point. Like how you gonna have a number 7 pay all that money for number 7, right? And you have a fella who play in his position who go a whole half without running the attack, and we have 0 shots on goal. And that's where I'm gonna start. I mean, that shouldn't be. That's my thing with Ten Hag. Like, how do you allow that on your team? And look at poor Rasmus. Rasmus get nothing, no no real service today. He might just run up and down, getting tired whole game. And you have Ganacho and Rashford, great wing players, but as a coach, you can't get that to work. You can't get a kind of system to where you guys can have a shot on goal for a half. I mean,
Dan,
The problem is
Unacceptable, yeah.
Rashford, he just not there.
he not there. He not there. He not. Today I watched Marcus. There was maybe 2 or 3 plays that uh, Bruno or even one hit the ball onto Marcus, and Marcus getting basically 1-on-1 with space. And Marcus cannot blow past nobody, dog.
You see,
Nobody.
let me tell you what's going on with Rashford, right? Rashford trying to how to play it by cutting. Me and JP was having this discussion. Rashford trying to reset himself, right? He trying to make do the basics and stuff like that. But the problem with that is Man United play. Our style of play is wing play. So we expecting our wingers to be very dynamic, to be direct, right? To beat your man, to go past your man, to get across inside or to get a shot if you're cutting in. And that is what Garnacho giving you. And when Anthony there, that what Anthony giving you. Right? But the fact that, Rashford really trying, because it reached the point where Rashford struggling a little bit with confidence, and then, when he do try to take on, he getting criticized for that because, he running into blind alleys. Right? So Rashford now trying to kind of, do the basics, get the ball, keep the ball, pass it back, that kind of thing, 1-2s, that kind of thing. And that is not good enough for the fan base because that is not how the team set up to play. We just play wing play. So we were quick wingers. And he not giving us that right now. So that is why, we having an issue with Rashford doing. But I'm not seeing Rashford doing, apart from, he body language and he lacking in terms of, sometimes he jogging when he's supposed to be running. But I thought for the most part today, Rashford didn't do nothing explosive, anything wow, but Rashford game was simple and
Nah,
but what we expect from Rashford, no, but what we expect from Rashford, we're not getting that. But in terms of keeping things simple, keep it ticking, he did not wrong.
But the thing about the dream is it's about time and place for everything. And games like today, we want Marcus to keep the defenders, the wing backs, and them honest. We want and all right, men saying that so, uh, and that's the only thing I happen on that. Marcus is getting the opportunity to do his thing. There was quite a few balls he get on that wing, 1-on-1 or 1-on-2. That if he blow past that wing back, he gone.
Yeah,
And not even that Marcus could have. So yes, I understand where you say that he was keeping it simple and thing. But then when you get the opportunity to take on a man horse, I watch Anthony. You know me and Anthony. That Brazilian is not my cup of tea at all. But I will always give Jack the jacket. Anthony vibes is he know that everybody know what you're going to do. You're going to try to get a ball on your left foot to take. Anthony trying to mix it up now.
Chef
So
Lord,
you can't be so predictable.
on top of
And
that today, that right back got a yellow card.
Bradley,
So you can't tell me Rashford couldn't see that and run at that man.
I want to go back to Anthony because just to allude to what Chef is saying, because Anthony is trying different stuff. Traditional wingers normally would take the ball to the wing and try to look for
yeah,
a pass, right? But what I realize Anthony's doing now is that Anthony's taking the ball to the wing and then trying to beat the guy and run on the line and using his body to
Yeah.
shield the opposition player as a just in case penalty comes, right? So Anthony is trying something, but it's consistency we're asking for,
yep,
right?
that's it.
Consistency is what gets you the titles, and inconsistency is what gets you relegated, and us on this podcast blasting players, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Then there was a
Um,
point in time. Well, I know Remy said he didn't watch it live, but for most of us who watch it live, you see the last 15 minutes of that game, I swear, like both teams, midfield, done. Because the ball was literally going straight up the middle of the field, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I was like, my God, nobody wants to defend in this game anymore. And I'll tell you something. Based on what Ten Hag was, what I watched with his subs and thing, like that was what Ten Hag wanted the game to get into, that back and forth. Both teams, because Dr. McAllister and all stop playing in the middle. Everybody wants to score now.
That game that favor we though.
That it favor us.
Favor
Because
us.
I honestly thought, God boy, this kind of back and forth thing, Liverpool go kill us. But meanwhile, the defense was in the zone today that them fellas that all right, fine, the ball coming straight down, but we pushing a little higher up so we can nullify them a little bit, especially in the second half.
what he's saying, right, is we coulda win that game, right?
Yeah.
Because it had certain things that happen against Chelsea, and we talk here. We say, why didn't bring on Amrabat? Why didn't try to, shore up the midfield? You know, today it's like he listened. The man bring on Amrabat, he take off Garnacho to try to, show up the middle of the pitch because Kobe was still there. I think
Will be come
Amrabat
up.
and Casemiro was in midfield or something. So Bruno, right?
Bruno.
But the issue is, guys, this thing called self-sabotage,
Yeah.
where going back again, where Aaron Wan-Bissaka chose to lie down.
Yeah, yeah.
If he didn't lie down, I be honest, I didn't see Liverpool scoring. No, did I
But,
huff and puff?
but
You
when I see
understand?
it, I shut
We
it
at
up
that
for me.
point, yeah, at that point in the game, we were content. We were already in the lead. We were content to sit back and launch balls forward and let them fellas run and thing and kill off time wherever. But that boy, Dread, that man, boy, come and skate
Dan,
tackle, boy, and mess up the plan.
Dan, study something. For all that puff and puff Liverpool do today, that Liverpool 2 goals was one off of a corner and one off of a penalty,
Two set piece.
Two set
You
piece,
understand?
What's that? That penalty wasn't even. Yeah.
Ray Ramlal on the inside. Good night, man. He's saying the positive from the match for me is Willie Kambwala. Solid,
Yeah,
strong defender we have there.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me. I didn't want to jump too much, but I hope
I,
that
I
his
glad to see. I glad to see that you getting playing time.
yeah. I just hope his trajectory is the main type, right? You
Yeah,
know. But we had to be patient. You understand? Because even when Kobe breaking the team last season, Ten Hag didn't rush him.
stick
He
with
take his
him,
time. And Kobe didn't play
and
much
that's
minutes. He play
fine.
here and there. So
With his
fellas, we
friends,
we
right?
Yeah.
yeah, French, yeah.
His friends.
Yeah. So I want to wrap it up with this question, Ali, right? I don't know whoever want to start off, no problem. So put yourself if you were, Brailsford and Jim Ratcliffe, would you start next season fresh, right? Given consideration to everything, right? Or you want to give Ten Hag a season under your governance?
I given him. I
Yeah.
like I like Ten Hag, right? And I watched from the start of the season. He had to deal with a lot of injuries. Right now we're playing without a left back. Right? We have two defenders we're playing with, two center backs we're playing with. We have two right backs. We're playing one as a left back. The midfield dying. We have Casemiro again. He can't pick. We barely have a midfield. We have one forward. He has not much to work with. So I think I'll give him my next season. All right. I looking at that, I'll give him my next season because to me last season he overachieved and he made a lot of right decisions, but it's tough to deal with United. It's real tough. So to bring our next manager now to do what? Start over the whole rebuilding thing. Nah, I will give him my next season. We see how we go. And if not, home for him.
No, I'll.
You're on mute.
He mute off.
Yeah, you're on mute.
Good. I good now?
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
Right. No. No, you asked the question, Sir Jim Radcliffe, right? No, as part-time owner, I don't care how you do your job. I just want a job done, right? Now, the job of the CEO or the part-time owner is not to tell Ten Hag how to do his job because he could easily say, you always starting Bruno and Bruno always giving away the football. Why you don't bench him? That's not Sir Jim's job, right? So Jim should make Ten Hag from next season do a how to put it, do two reports. whether the result was a win, loss, or draw. Do 2 reports after each game. What went well, and what can you improve on? Right? Now, with regards to what you can improve on, if we realize that after game 7, 8, 9, 10 is still the same thing, what can you improve on? Something has to be done. As some United fans have said, they will give Ten Hag until this year, Christmas last December.
Yeah.
Right? If you're writing a report for me and you are saying the things that went well, cool. But then under what could have been done well? Okay, after 1 or 2 games, I would expect you to rectify that. If going forward, and I don't see you correcting these mistakes, then Sir Jim has to find somebody that will correct your mistakes and take this team forward. I'm sorry, but Sir Jim should provide whatever resources Ten Hag needs, financial or any resource. Could be could be coaching, could be a therapist, whatever, right? Because I'm going to provide you all of these resources, but if you can't give me a return on my investment, I'm going to have to find somebody else that can do it for me.
Yeah, so basically, you're saying you're getting one more season with the resources.
So 1 more season implies September to May. I'm talking September to December of this year.
What? Okay, all right, yeah.
I have been back and forth. As ironic we ended with this, because this has been a question on my mind all week since the last pod and the one before that, because it's a burning question. So I will finally say he had his first season, as we said, he overachieved. He did well. This season, lal. So here's what I would say. I would say, so we calling it basically even now. You get a season, you do well. You get a season, you did shit. Or the team rather do nonsense. So now you have a season with you. Now you have you have the right backs, upper management. So you're not in charge of transfers. We going to give you the things you ask for within reason. Because let me be real. Most of Ten Hag signings yet already prove that there was worth the money we paid for them. So it can't just be Ten Hag asks for a player and we pay 80 million for him. So if we going forward, I sit down with Ten Hag. Okay, Ten Hag, give me your list of players that you want to bring in. Give me the direction you want to take this team. Give me the style of play we're looking for going forward. And if I'm giving it a season to say something, and if you can't prove it by the end of the season, then later. So I would give him a season.
But by now it's working now.
No, it's not.
Them controlling style of play. They controlling the players that get in. And if the manager don't want to have it the way they want to play, they're getting rid of them.
I didn't feel it's all that cut and dry as they controlling all the on-field. I believe the controlling more who would come in, obviously. Who would come, them signing checks, who's going to come in the club. But in terms of the style and play, everybody has to be on the same board. Ten Hag had to tell them, okay, I want to play an expansive kind of football, or I want to play a retention type of football, and sit with them and say, okay, this is what you want. At the same time, Danby's Manchester United. It have certain things that this club was built on. This club wasn't built on sitting back and soaking up pressure for 60, 70 minutes and looking for the other counter-attack. That bullshit. So that can't be the kind of football. He could counter and say, but I have been playing this way because watch what the squad I have. You understand? So it is so that's why I say it can't just be we saying he out.
No.
You know? So that's me.
Yeah, Simeon.
I mean, it's a tough question, but
It is.
in business, like, it's all about like who we can get better. Like some places will be fine with what they have. Like, you know what? Let's wait and see. If this turns out. Some places could be like, you know what? There's somebody better right there that we know we can get. That we know definitely gonna be work. Be a better manager, a better coach, a better tactical game manager than Ten Hag that you can bring in. So if you are in youth and you have somebody on his side that you feel you can bring in that will work better for his team, you get them. Because I mean, when you watch this team, we talk about injuries, but like I said, besides the back, the back the back four, that's our midfield, and that's our attack. That's most of the guys we have are healthy. Like, and by now in the season, certain things should be more or less ironed out. We I keep saying like we are a team of too many. We have too many faults. We have too many leaks. Like,
Yeah.
the board have too many leaks. Set pieces. Possession.
Mental.
I could go down. I could go. And like hardly any of these things have been fixed. We are relying on. We're not even relying on signings. We're relying on academy players. We can say, well, tonight bringing in good players. No, it's the academy players that we're just pulling up that, like good. I mean, thank you, Ten Hag, for playing them. But at the same time, it's like the players you have, are we coaching? And that goes back to having Ten Hag rather than somebody like Solskjaer. We want somebody that can coach, that can fix these things from week to week rather than have these issues linger on, you know, for a whole season or two. So if you feel you have somebody on his side that you trust, that what's the guy from the new director we have name?
Barada.
Uh, yeah, if you say, hey, I want somebody that I believe in that come in and fix this, you go with that because Ten Hag hasn't. I mean, we keep going back to start. This season was supposed to be start of play. Like I know we have injuries, but still, we ain't seeing nothing. Even in game management, like what changed? I mean, what we get run through today, what did Ten Hag do? Nothing. We get lucky. Like you can't keep, and unlike before, we have owners there at the game watching, seeing with their own eyes. They just reading the report. Oh, we tied. They're seeing the team get lucky. With a goal from like all I can say is if there's somebody else that they believe in, get him. If not, stay with Ten Hag.
All right. Good points, fellas. Good points. Um, yeah, and I will really like to see, in all honesty, I would really like to see Ten Hag under, you know, different management. But I always remember something Phil say that you can't judge Ineos after this transfer window. You have to give them 3 or 4 windows, and that is like 2 seasons or more, right? So it's not like Ten Hag gonna get this big transfer kit and gonna sign like 15 players in the summer.
No, we don't expect.
You understand what I'm saying? So it comes down to the point that Simeon making in terms of coaching, and making decisions with what you have, right? Using your abilities as a manager, right? Even though you might be faced with certain, setbacks like injuries, coach players. Let's see something tangible, that you bring into the
Manage.
table. Exactly manage the team. And these are some of the things that working against Ten Hag because we're not seeing those things.
Nope.
So it's really um a tough call, for the owners. I mean, I would like to see him stay on the next season, right? But that don't mean that he gonna just get a whole new team to coach. We don't know if the injury situation is gonna change, right? Because a lot of the players seem to be injury prone. We don't know if how the players responding to your training methods because they're breaking down this season. They go get used to it next season. They have Euros, so it's not like they're getting rest. The rigors of the football still gonna be impacting on these players. So they're going to come into next season fatigued, you know. We don't know who might be get injured in Euros to come back next season. So you have to be able to work within, the circumstances and make the team better. I don't want to be hearing about this one injured and that why you can't play a style of football next season.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, Jed, I do envy Brailsford and Sir Jim Ratcliffe because they have a hell of a decision to make because I can't remember who had mentioned it before. I think it's Lion. You don't want to fire Ten Hag when you know, this he at this stage of his rebuild. Chef made the point about, the first and the second season cancel out, so you have a clean slate, let me go. So it's plenty. It's plenty for them to consider. I kind of waiting to see what's going on. If it was up to me, I could keep Ten Hag, for one season again. But there are plenty things he had to prove, and I think this is what Phil was saying. You have this to prove. I want a report. I want to see that. And if by December it's same thing from 2023, 24, well then you gotta go, man. You gotta go. You know.
Have to show us direction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eric saying here, Ten Hag is good as gone in use, and Sir Jim didn't send millions of dollars for this, didn't spend millions of dollars for this. Okay, okay. So fellas, I think this brings us to the end of the pod. We playing Bournemouth Saturday. Yeah.
Not at home.
I don't know. Just know, huh? I think
Think
we
so.
playing Bournemouth. I think we playing Bournemouth Saturday. Away. Playing away at Bournemouth on Saturday. So, guys, we could be here again. Let's hope that we can at least get a win finally because, nothing against Brentford, nothing against Chelsea, nothing against Liverpool,
We're gonna win this time.
Yeah, so
We go
hopefully we
struggle
could
again after that.
yeah, but Beaumont are playing too bad neither, and we playing them home,
And we get
so
a tail bus.
yeah, but before that they was winning it. They beat Crystal Palace.
Go Crystal Palace.
You
Right.
know. Let me just get two comments here and then let me wrap it, guys. Eric saying here, stubbornness, poor tactics, no style of play. We were catfished. Ten Hag ain't it. Alright, so Eric done kind of decided, eh? Christopher saying here, it's still my belief that no other manager could have the issues that Ten Hag has had to deal with at United and still have the team relevant in the race for European football.
That is a fact. That is
The
a fact.
fact, yeah, the fact is that there are several top European clubs paying attention to Ten Hag's situation because they would want him. Um, but just to go back to the point Simeon was making, Christopher, right? We don't have an issue. We understand that it have issues in the team, but we're not seeing anything tangible with the players that he has in terms of some consistency, some style of play, some patterns, right? It's always excuse after excuse. And he's the one that we saying in press conferences, he's not making excuses, but he
But
just come back
Kareem,
and make the excuses.
Yeah, but you have been seeing stuff.
It's not the thing. One last thing. It's not the excuse. It's the statement he makes that we be doing good. That's the problem with Ten Hag. That a lot of us
seems
have.
like your standards low.
Listen, everybody does see things different. All right. At the end of the day, everybody does see things different. People expected to get back from Liverpool today. We still had some sort of fight to come back after that 1-0 to do something. All right. We could argue about 15 today. And we'd be all right, cool. But the team had some sort of spirit in it. So even if the fire have a little flame, we could do something. We just need a little more adjustments.
Fan the
As far
flame.
as I see it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, fair. Last comment going to Christopher. He's saying Bayern will take Ten Hag in a heartbeat and he will win a treble with them normal. Yeah. Bayern have a decent team, man. All right, fellas. So it was nice, guys. We're here again on Saturday to, hopefully talk about a win against away to Bournemouth. All right. So yeah. So Chef, Simeon, Lion, Phil. It was nice, fellas. Those in the comments, we do appreciate it as always. Don't forget to like and share. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do the thing now, yeah. All right, and let me get the content out there. So have a good night, fellas. See you on the
Yes.
Uh,
next one.
Good